What's up, Wolfpack? We're back with another banger of a YouTube video. Um, Starting day 2 of the new training philosophy. As of right now, I actually don't feel really sore. The only thing I kind of feel sore in is my hamstrings. And I feel like that means I'm just not pushing myself enough. I could be wrong. I don't know. So I'm going to try and go a little harder. You know, maybe my mind's kind of holding me back to go to true failure this time. But I'm going to try and go a little harder. Hopefully I can record something other than some leg sets, and I'll turn back on the camera when I'm here, or when I'm at the gym. All right, what's up, Wolfpack? We got chest press. I've done a majority of the workout as of right now. You know, like I've said every other time, most of the workout I can't get a good camera angle on, so I just do it on my own time. But we got chest press. Do a warm-up weight of 40, then we'll go for the 2 sets. Okay. Move up to 115 for now. It's not really, I don't do this is the other chest press up here, and I don't really do any chest press. I think this is the first time I've ever touched this one. But I wanted to get a chest exercise for you guys, which I have one more back. This is my last chest. One more bicep, 2 more legs, which those I should be able to record. So if anything, you guys are gonna see some leg exercises. I am trying to get this workout done a little quickly though, because I got class sometime soon, and the homies want to play Hightail, which I haven't even opened the game yet. I bought it yesterday, and I haven't even opened up the game. So, man, hopefully I get to play it with them. I was originally gonna push this workout after the class, but I had like 3 hours of free time, so I figured I could probably get it done in that time. Usually it only takes me like an hour and a half. So I'm not super worried time constraint wise. Right now it's almost 3. Not sure if you guys would see that. There's Chuck from the Angry Birds movie. But yeah, it's almost 3. So I should be done, I'd say probably 3:45 latest. Then I'm gonna go back, and if I smell like shit, I'm gonna take a shower, and then I'll edit up, or well, I'll just compile the clips. I don't really edit. But as of right now, I feel like the biggest issue with the failure thing is that I kind of just gotta push back there's like a mental blockade, I feel like, that I'm at right now, where like I'm not like at complete failure, but my mind wants me to say that I'm at failure. So I feel like I kind of need to push myself past that. But on a bright note, this is probably one of the better forearm pumps I've had in a while. I don't really care for forearm pumps much, but if it's better, then that's a win in my book. Anyways, let's get the first set of failure going, 115. We'll figure out how many reps. If I get more than 12, we'll move up the weight. I didn't get 12 there. I think I only got 10. So we're not moving up in weight. And that was a struggle. I don't know how good my form was right there. I feel like, especially at the end, I was kind of like wailing my arm around. So I feel like it could have been better form, but I'm counting it as 10. And then, oh yeah, another thing, I was doing the other back exercise that I did, which was probably like a set or two ago. I fucked up my wrist a little bit. Like I was going for my back row, and randomly my wrist just gave out. So, I mean, it's not in like pain or anything, just gave out. So I kind of just stopped that back exercise. Was a little worried, didn't want to go too much further without some proper rest. So, hopefully there's nothing wrong with it. There probably isn't, considering I don't really feel anything like that might affect it as of right now. If anything feels sore, it's my forearms. Another thing I noticed, my arms are a lot more shaky than usual. Like I have pretty shaky arms normally, but like they're extra shaky today. Maybe because I'm pushing myself a little harder. My body's not used to it yet, but I'm, still happy with the progress. We still got a whole 28 days left of doing this. I'm really hoping I see something positive-wise. Whether it's like hypertrophy, strength, whatever. All I know is that I'm doing this to hopefully hit some progressive overload and whatever. How long has it been? I feel like I'm just rambling right now. It's been a couple minutes. All right, I'm gonna get this last set in. All right, failure set number 2. I'm not expecting to get 10 reps again, but if I get, I'll be happy with like 6 plus. That'd be awesome. Anyways, let's go. Okay, that time I definitely went to failure right there. I got like 7.5. So I'm happy with it. I'll turn back on the camera for the next exercise that has a good camera angle. All right, we're back. We got the last exercise of the lift. We got leg press. Let's maybe angle that a little better. No, I'm starting to run out of time, so I want to get this. I'm going to actually cut my leg day short today. So we got a warm-up weight, 2 plates. We'll go for however much I feel until I feel ready to go for some failure sets, which I'm a little worried to go for failure on this, but there's the safety. So I'm not super worried. Like compared to bench, I'm a lot less worried. But like compared to like I don't know, the chest press that I did, I'm a little bit more worried. Just because it's going to be a pain in the ass to get off if I go to true failure. Anyways, let's get this warm-up set going. This is actually going to suck. I'm gonna be honest. Going for 4 plates first. I'm a little worried to go straight to 6. We'll go for 4. We'll bring that to failure. And if I do more than, 12, then we'll move it up to 6 plates. Or maybe even 5, depending on how close I am to 12. Like if I get like 10, maybe I'll just move it up to 5 plates. But just a little worried. Trying to figure out if I want to go to true failure or not. All right. So far, still not. I'm not like super sore. Like I can feel it more than usual. I'm not usually this sore. Like in the workout, I can definitely feel it, but as of right now, I'm not sure if it's just me, just not putting my all in, or if I'm just, just someone who it's really difficult to get sore. So I'm saying I'm prepping for the Diamond Gym, which I mean I kind of am with this. It's what they do, like 200 reps. 200 reps, and like you gotta do it non-stop. I'm doing 10. This would probably be like these 4 plates would probably be a warm-up weight for them. So, I feel like I might not be too ready when I eventually have to do that. If I eventually have to do it, not at the goal yet. Which, hopefully we get there soon. But I'm not expecting some overnight change. It'd be very unlikely. But hopefully you guys like this little series that I do. And then maybe, this will just be my regular training regimen where I just do 2 sets of failure with a warm-up set rather than my rep ranges. One of the few reasons I wanted to do this was because I've talked about in the past how I've struggled with committing to stuff. Like when I used to produce music, I could really only get so far before I'd give up. And when it comes to projects, I'll really only do the easy work and then kind of give up when I actually have to do some hard shit. And that's basically everything where I have to put like some amount of effort in, more than just doing the easy stuff. So this is kind of me trying to get myself out of that mindset, out of my comfort zone, to where I'm a bit more willing to put some effort in. Anyways, let's get this next set in. We got 4 plates. We'll see how many I can do. If I get 10, I'll add another plate. If I get 12, I'll add 2 plates. And we'll go from there. All right. I didn't go to true failure there. I got a little worried. It's really the only difficulty in this is just getting myself to go past like kind of the mental blockade I've been talking about. But I'm pretty sure I did more than 12 reps. So we're gonna bring it up to 6 plates. Or, yeah, 6. I wasn't sure if I had enough for 6 plates, but I do. If you guys got any helpful insight on how I can kind of get past this mental blockade, let me know. Because I could definitely use it. See, I usually prefer leg press over leg extension. I find it a bit more enjoyable, a bit more fun. But I also find it a lot easier to go to failure on there. Like yesterday, I still don't think I went to true failure on leg extension, but I got pretty close. Because afterwards, as I said in the last video, I could like barely walk down the stairs. It's kind of rough. And, you know, I was scared I was going to fall down the stairs, I'm going to be honest. It's a little scary. I felt like I had to like learn to walk again. But then after let's say like a 10-minute rest, I kind of turned it around and I was able to move normally again. So going based off of just how my legs are feeling after that, I feel like I haven't gone to failure as much, or my legs have just gotten a little bit used to this, which would be, I don't think so, because it's only been a day, but there's a chance. But yeah, I'm really, I hope I at least see some kind of benefit, whether it's, you know, physical, content-wise, anything-wise. If there's some kind of benefit where either I'm helping someone out, helping myself out by, I don't know, hypertrophy, we'll just say, you know, my subscribers go up, my views go up. If there's anything like that happens, this will be a net positive in the long term for me. By the way, I smell really bad right now. I know you guys can't smell me, but I smell myself and I smell awful. I'm gonna have to take a shower, which I'm not super happy about. I like the pair of shorts that I got. It's one of the few that have a good pair of pockets. You know, I could fit my stuff in there without worrying that it's gonna fall out. But, you know, you gotta discipline yourself, I guess. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to take a shower, get ready for my bio lab. I feel bad for the group I'm in. I'm gonna be honest. I got no clue what's going on in that class. You know, it could be because I'm like barely paying attention, because I'm too busy listening to some fucking bangers on the phone here, which my mom's not gonna be too happy about that one, but you know, I'm still passing with 90s in those classes. So I think my lowest right now is let me calculate this real quick. Okay, my lowest is an 80 because I got a 32 out of 40 for the grade right now, and that's because I got a 70 on the assignment because of it's like grading policy where it's either you get a 10, a 7, or a 0, or well, 100%, 70%, or 0%. It was out of 10 points. So I wasn't happy. The crazy thing is I lost 30% because I didn't have a header on my paragraph. I found that a little much. You know, I understand it's his grading policy where he's not doing like in between grades, but the fact that you're gonna, you know, push myself to 30% below just because I didn't put on a header, it's a little crazy, in my opinion. You know, if you disagree, but 30% for just not having like a title of the paper is a little much, especially for it being a 2 to 3 page paper. You know, I would understand it if there's like a bunch of grammar errors, but it's a little much just for a title, if you ask me. But I'm not too mad. I like the teacher. He's the guy who I did the interview with. You know, he's the guy that taught me karate in that interview. I found that really awesome. So I'll never really be mad at the guy. But, you know, if my mom's wondering, classes are going good. You know, the only class, which I don't think I've told YouTube about my class, but the only class I'm like somewhat worried about in terms of doing well is my business law class. I got to do a business law class, which is a little funky because there's a bunch of people who are like fourth years and third years while I'm in my fucking freshman. So, but this is what my advisor said was a good idea. So I'm doing it now. And I mean, at least the class seems chill. Like the professor, at first I got a little weirded out because when I looked up his name, it showed a neo-Nazi. So I got a little worried about that, but you know, I just had to look further down. But let's get this last set of the day. I don't know how many I'm gonna do. I'll be happy if I get 6 or more. No. So let's go for it. Hopefully it's not a pain in the ass to get up when I fail. If I fail, you know, I might still have that mental blockade, which I feel like I'm not really taking accountability here, but I'm just keeping it real. That. Also, my shoes are rough right now. You know what? My mom bought me a new pair of shoes recently, so you guys will get to see the new drip, the new swag. All right, let's get this. Yeah, not even. I mean, like, it hurts. It definitely hurts, but not failure. I'm happy, but not happy, if that makes sense. You know, I definitely could have pushed myself a little further, but I'm still pushing myself more than I was before I started this. So, still a positive, but not what I want. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Make sure to get out of your comfort zone. That's the quote of the day, I guess. And be yourself, grow as a person, grow. Make sure you grow society as a whole. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.